Hey, how are you doing? It is Dawnna St. Louis here, and we're going to talk a little bit tonight about why your business might be struggling. So this is one actually that I get quite a bit, that people hit me up because their business is really going through something, and they can't really figure out like what is the thing that's broken, what is keeping their business from being really successful. And we see it all the time, right? Because like, you have the perfect website, you've put up the perfect pictures, you have the perfect colors, you have the perfect videos, and you're getting some business. People are showing some interest, so that's good. But something is off, right? Something just isn't ticking. There's something that's just not happening. And at the end of the day, you're still grinding hard, like not kind of hard, like the struggle is real hard. And by now you probably thought, well, this should be better. Like, it shouldn't be this hard. This actually should be much better. And instead you're still grinding, right? So this is a thing that people there's two types of people. Well, there's actually three types of people. Hey, Sean, there's three types of people that I notice. You have the one who gets in there and they stumble and fall and they figure it out and they get lucky. Then you have the other one that gets in there and they just continue to grind, right? And they don't get lucky. And then you have the third person that gets in there and they're like, look, ain't gonna cut it. I need a coach. like, I need somebody to help me, right? And so there could be something that you're actually doing to cause your business to fail. And a lot of people the people who come to me have very thick skin because they know that they're going to get one thing and one thing only, and that's the unadulterated truth. And so sometimes it's the very first thing on your website and the very first thing that's coming out your mouth that's causing your business to fail. So my name is Dawnna St. Louis, and besides being an international keynote speaker and, author and all that other good stuff, I'm also the CEO of highprofitzone.com. And basically, even seasoned experts and speakers and people who have been experts for a very long time, they come to me because they want to make more money doing the type of work that they really love to do. And they want to work with the kind of clients that they really love to work with. That's why they come to me. And a lot of times they come to me because what they tell me is their business is out of alignment. That is one of the favorite phrases. Dawnna, I feel like my business is out of alignment and I want to get my business back in order. So I hear that quite a bit. And so if you feel like that's you and you want to find out a little bit more about what I do, go to mansionretreats.com. Now, that's not my speaking business. That is the business that I run. So my speaking business, I talk about something completely different. But if you go to mansionretreats.com, that is the side of my business where I actually help other speakers and experts and entrepreneurs grow their business just like I did. Because I took my business from being absolutely nothing to a $250 million business consultancy. And so I help people take their business to the level that they want to take it to. It doesn't even have to be a multi-million-dollar business. Sometimes people just want to, earn $500,000 a year, whatever that is. Anyway, there's one of a couple of things that's happening, right? Either you just didn't think you'd still be grinding this hard, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You just didn't think that it was going to be this hard, and you feel like, why am I grinding this hard to get something done? Or you've seen other people grind. You've seen other people out there and you're like, oh, hell no. And you're like, I'm not going to do it that way because they look like that's really painful. And you're like, I need to get a coach. I need to get someone. So, and that's fine. Regardless, at the end of the day, you're here and you're listening because you're like, you know what? The struggle is real and I'm tired of the struggle. So while this particular live stream is not going to give you all of the things to clean up all of the struggle. Hey, what's up, sweetie? We are going to help you work with one of the primary struggles. And I'm going to give you guys some real live examples of people that either A, I've worked with, or B, and I've gotten their permission, so it's okay. So either A, that I've worked with, or B, I've just gone to their website and I kind of checked out their stuff because I'm always looking at what people in the industry are doing. I'm always keeping up with the industry. And so I will share those with you. All right, so here's the first thing that I look at, and here's the first thing that every event planner, every person who's hiring an expert looks at. It's the very first thing they look at on your website. And no, it is not your pretty picture. No, it is not your amazing colors. It is one thing, and they all look at this one thing as soon as they go to your website. And it is your promise. The problem is most people have their promise completely hosed up. And so if you're on and you're like, I wonder if Dawnna will share with me the promise, right? I wonder if she'll share with me how to correct my promise. If you put it in comments, I'm wearing my glasses tonight just so I could see, even though they do need to be cleaned. If you put up in comments and you have a promise and you want me to help you correct your promise live on the air, I will. Don't worry. I don't call people names or say, well, that's the dumbest promise I ever heard of. I never do that. I just wrapped my glasses in my shirt, so this is going to be interesting. Anyway, if you put up your promise, I will actually take a look at your promise right here live, and I'll tell you how you can improve your promise. I won't make you come on air if you don't want to. You don't have to. But if you just share your promise in comments, I will help you with your promise and make sure that your promise is actually on point. Because here's the thing. One of the most important things that your clients looks at first and foremost is your promise. It is the first thing they look at. So first of all, where should your promise be? It should be at the top of your website. It should be at the top of the fold. When you have that big, sexy, pretty ass picture right there, right on top of that, hey Lisa, how are you? Right on top of that promise, right there, right on top of that picture should be your promise. Big, fat, bold, sexy ass promise right there. Okay, so let me tell you some of the promises that I saw, because this will really tell you, and I'll tell you what's right with them and I'll tell you what's wrong with them. So here's what people have, and I wrote some of these down. The first one is have integrity. The second one is trust your people, right? So have, and please give an example of a promise. So, okay, so that's a good question. So here's an example of a promise. When you go to my website, for example, which is Dawnna.com, and I'm going to do my promise off the top of my head because we've been playing with it for days because I'm getting ready to rebrand. But I think my promise says something like, when you want to, 7 triggers of yes, when you want to get just about anyone to do just about anything. That's a promise. If you go to High Profit Zone, the promise is work with the type of people that you want to work with, making the kind of money you want to make, right? Those are promises. It is literally telling your customer what they will get as a result of working with you. Most people do not have a promise at the top of their website. They'll have something like, have integrity like good leaders do. Okay, so let's think about that for a moment. If I'm a leader, I want you to think of your promise as the cover of a book. So if I'm a leader and I'm walking around with a book that says, have integrity like good leaders do, what does it say about me as a leader? That I'm either a crap leader or that I have no integrity. Do I really want the people that I work with think that I'm a crappy leader and that I have no integrity? Of course not. So why would someone put that at the very top of their website? First of all, people who don't have integrity aren't going to look for that help. And people who do have integrity think they have integrity, so why do they need your help? It's just a bad promise. So when you have a promise like that right at the top of your website, it really doesn't drive anyone. The other one I'm going to pick on now, this is someone who I'm coaching right now. So he's aware. Hey, what's up, Jeff? That's one of my favorite former people, High Profit Zone family member, amazing man, celebrity service extraordinaire. What are you, like a $50,000 keynote speech speaker now? Anyway, somebody had trust your people like your business depends on it. And so my question to him was, well, let's think about this. If I'm a leader and I don't trust my people, then I have a problem, right? So now you're saying, trust my people like my business depends on it, which means that you're telling me that I'm the problem, not my people. Because if I don't trust people, then don't I believe that they're the problem? Right? 40, okay, my bad. I thought it was 50. Anyway, so if I have trust your people, like if I have trust your people like your business depends on it, then that means that as a leader, I'm the problem. You're saying that I'm the problem there because I don't trust my people, not that my people are the problem. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if I do trust my people, then how are you going to help me? Right? And so the promise has to make sense. Another one that I saw was discover how to be a good leader. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm a bad leader? Do you see what I mean in regards to the promises? So when you write a promise, my favorite is when people put, have integrity, be authentic. Oh, so only fake ass people really want this help. And do they know they're fake? So that's the first thing. Most people's promises, if they have a promise, by the way, their promises are off. They're not really telling people what they're going to get. They're not telling them the result of their work. And that's what your promise really should be. The promise should be the result of your work, of working with you. Here's the issue. The reason that people can't usually get to that is because they're not even clear on what their expertise is in the first place, which means that what they're really doing is they're just trying to find some pretty words, and they're trying to throw together all these pretty flowery words in hopes that they'll put enough of those Shakespearean style words together that people will think that there's something. And I'm like, but just tell me what you do. And the reason that most people can't tell you what to do is because they don't know what they do. Like, they just don't know what they do, right? Now, if people don't put their promises, the other thing they put is they then go from, okay, I can't put a promise, so I'm just going to make the website all about me. So it's like Jane is funny, Jim is motivational, John is a superstar, I'm the architect of integrity, which is my favorite, by the way. People give themselves these superhero names. I'm the architect of integrity. I'm the linebacker of leadership. I'm the quarterback of, I'm like, come on, dude. Seriously? You got to have a superhero name? And the superhero name is real. Like, it is real. People do it all the time. They have these superhero names, and they pop those right at the top of their websites all the time. You know what? Actually, Jeff, I'm glad Jeff is on here. If you go to GEOFF, JeffRam.com, and you take a look at his, he has a promise right at the top in regards to celebrity service. Like, on his celebrity service landing page, there is a promise about celebrity service. It's not about Jeff. It's about the results. What? Superheroes aren't real. Superheroes are real, you mean evil liar. I'm a superhero. I save entrepreneurs. I am the Harriet Tubman of entrepreneurship. That's my superhero name. I deliver financial freedom from corporate colonization. Yes, go to jeffram.com and you'll see that. And listen, if it's not there, I'm going to actually have to go to London and beat the crap out of Jeff, because we worked on making sure his copy had these promises. People have the doctor of trust. One lady put, like, she is the message maker, and I'm like, really? You're the message maker? Really? Okay. What kind of messages? People call themselves communications experts, which is huge. And I go, what type of communications? And what is the benefit of having good communications? Stop telling me your superhero name. So a lot of times the reason Dawnna created the best copy for me, yes, I did, because I love you. A lot of times what people do, the mistake that they make is, again, so it starts from they don't know their expertise. Let's start there. So they don't know their expertise, and because they don't know their expertise, they don't necessarily know what the results of their work is. And because they don't know the results of their work, they put up a promise that doesn't work. And because they put up a promise that doesn't work, what happens is when the client goes to your website, it's the very first thing they're supposed to see. And what they see is they see some Shakespearean ghibli-blosh, and they have no idea. And then what they're stuck doing, by the way, is scrolling through your website and attempting to figure out what it is that you talk about. And what they end up doing, by the way, is clicking away. They're done. They already spent too much time. So many coaches tell you to have a moniker. Oh, I know. But I want you to, so let me ask you this. That is, by the way, that is a great thing that you said, and you're absolutely right. So many coaches do that. Not this one. Ever. If I have a moniker, quite honestly, it's because other people gave it to me, not because I picked it. The moniker thing, I want you to think about this. Elon Musk, what moniker does Elon Musk have? What moniker did Steve Jobs have? What moniker does Bill Gates have? What's their moniker? They didn't have a moniker. They didn't need a moniker. I got a moniker. I'm CEO of High Profit Zone. Right? I mean, I'm the Harriet Tubman of entrepreneurs. There you go. I deliver financial freedom from corporate colonization. But do I want people walking around calling me Harriet Tubman and singing like Negro spirituals about slavery? No, I don't. But so you don't need to have a moniker. You need to be an expert. And the thing is that so coaches erroneously tell you how to find your expertise. Right? And that's going to be for a whole other thing. But let me tell you what's wrong with some of the ways that we look for expertise. The first thing that we do when we want to share our expertise is we find people who are broken. So that way we can put on our superhero cape and walk around with our big moniker emblem on our chest. Right? And that's what they tell us to do, right? So that's why these people say things like, be a leader of integrity, because you're only working with these busted ass leaders that have no integrity. So if you're a person who knows how to help people integrity, what happens when you only work with winners? Jeff Ram is a good example of this because, and I hope if Kelly is still on, she will understand this. So when Jeff and I first started working together and he was doing this whole thing called celebrity service, the reason that celebrity service was so critical was it wasn't about going from crap customer service to good customer service. He said, if you're already winning at customer service, how do we make it better? So he didn't want to work with crap customer service people who were like spitting on people as they walked in, right? He wasn't working with like the soup Nazi going, get away. He wasn't doing that. He was working with people who are already superstars and going, how can we make your superstar customer service celebrity service? How can we do that? Right? So, and the reason I kind of pick on my girl Kelly is because when I first started talking to Kelly, Kelly was like, well, I speak on unconscious bias. And I said, oh, that is so cool. So you mean I could be like a little extra racist and like not even know it? Oh my God, do you know how many bad names I'm going to start calling people and just pretend I don't know that I'm doing it? That is awesome. She's like, I'm here and working and multitasking. That's my girl, right? And so I told her, I said, don't sell the negative. I want you to sell the amazing. Exactly. There you go. He only works with corporate, from the corporate at the top, the companies at the top. He only wants to work with winners, right? And so that's what I want you to think about. So a lot of times people are trying to figure out how can they work with the people that are the most busted and the most like broke down. Oh, I'm looking like perfect example. So I just got through working with this company that for the past 4 quarters, they have broken sales records from the past like 30 years, right? So they've broken sales record after sales record after sales record, 1 quarter after the next, after the next, after the next. So why would they have me come in? Well, because I only work with winners. And I'm like, listen, if you're winning, if you're killing it, and you want to go from not good to great, but from great to epic, then I'm the person who you bring in because I'm going to get you there. I don't work with people who are like, and I hate to say it, I don't work with broke speakers. I don't work with broke experts. I don't work with people with excuses. I don't work with people who don't take action. I don't work with procrastinators. I don't work with lazy people. I don't work with people who can't make decisions. I work with people who are currently winners. I work with people who go, you know what? I'm good. I'm really good. I am really, really good. And I recognize that good people have coaches. Great people have really good coaches. Great people have coaches who actually have a bit of an ego. And so therefore, Dawnna, I need you because you're a great coach and you got a hell of an ego. Why do I have a hell of an ego? Because quite honestly, I take people who are winners and I make them better. I make them way better. I get them things that I'm like, listen, we can do this. And why do I pick those people? Because people who are winners already have thick skin. So they can handle what I'm bringing to the table. So when Jeff sends me his copy and I'm like, okay, you know I'm gonna roll through it, right? And he's like, I know, do what you gotta do. His feelings don't get hurt because he recognizes that what I'm doing is I'm fortifying and making it stronger. I'm not knocking him down. I'm like, come on, brother, I'm gonna build up some steps so you can step up. When I'm working with people like Kelly, it's because Kelly is already, she's like, no, I get it. I'm super fantastic. She got thick skin. She's already a badass. She's like, now how do I up my badassery? So I want you to think about that when you start thinking about your expertise. When you start thinking about what you do, don't tell me about the people that are broken who you are fixing. Tell me the people who already have integrity. How do you help them? The people who already have trust. How do you help them? The people who are already good leaders. How do you make them great? The people who are already good at customer service. How do you make them better? Work with winners. Because the winners are on this. Let me tell you why people are winners. The reason that people are winners is because number one, they already invest in themselves. They are already action takers. They're already getting shit done. So why would you want to work with anybody who's not doing that? Doesn't make sense to me. I want to work with people who are action takers, who are getting things done, who want to take things to the next level. So you really have to think of it a different way. Stop looking for the people who are broken. And stop doing the look at me, look at me, look at me moment on your websites. Your website, quite honestly, isn't about you. It's about the results that people are going to get from working with you. And so when people come to me and they're like, Dawnna, they're not looking for me to come in and fix things that are broken. They're saying, listen, I'm off a little bit. I don't know what it is, but I need some clarity and I need some alignment. And if you can help me get my business in alignment, I know it's going to take off. Boom. I worked with a gentleman today. We were probably on the phone for a couple of hours and he's one of my clients. And I said, okay. And he sent me, he goes, I'm going to send you my demo video. I want you to rip it apart. People don't send me and go, I'm going to send you my demo video and I want you to tell me how amazing I am. They're not looking for the sandwich method. Now, when they send it to me, I'm like, let me tell you what's amazing. Let me tell you what we need to fix. And let me tell you what you got to do next. And then they go do that. And it was so funny because I accidentally put comments on a video that was public. And I didn't know it was public. I thought he sent me a private link. So he sends me this video. It's public. I don't know it's public. And I go in and I'm giving him comments, right? Because I think they're just for him. Because quite honestly, if anybody was on the outside and they saw those comments, they would be like, what a bitch, right? But that was like, I was like, oh my God. So he sends me his video. And because he knows me and people who know me know that when I'm giving you comments, you already have the context. So I don't have to sit here and pet you. I'm just going to give you the comments. So I go in and I put in the comments and I'm like, listen, you need to start off stronger. This is where your beginning is. At this point, you need to put this here. This goes here, right? And I'm literally helping him put his demo video in order. And then later that day, I said, did you see the comments I put on the demo video? And he goes, what comments? And I'm like, the comments in regards to the order that you sent me. And he goes, no, that was public. And I was like, oh my God. So I immediately deleted them. Well, his video guy had already seen the comments. And so his video guy says, I don't know who High Profit Zone is and who Biz on Fire is, but those comments completely changed the game in regards to your video. Your video is so much better now than it was before because of those comments. So my point is that if he had thin skin and if he was like, all like, oh, I'm worried that, she's going to be mean, then he wouldn't have gotten what he really wanted, because I really deleted the comments before anybody else saw them because they would have taken them out of context. But kind of what I'm trying to tell you is when you're working with people who are winners, who are already winners, then they can handle what you bring to the table. They're like, bring it. I'm ready for that because I already know I'm a badass and your job is to make me more badass. And I can't be more badass if I'm scared to get a little feedback. So come on, let's do this. And my biggest problem is sometimes I want to say, well, let me tell you what you're doing that's absolutely fantastic. And they're like, yeah. I already know that. I already know I'm good. I had to pay extra to get my ego on the plane. What I really need you to do is make me epic. And I'm like, understood, right? So those are the type of people I work with. And that's who you should be looking for. And when you start looking for people who are amazing and you start writing copy for people who are amazing, your website will reflect that. It will reflect that you only work with winners. Why do I smile so much? Because I only work with winners. I only work with people who are badass. Right? And so even right now, I have a retreat coming up. So the retreat, because I've gotten like tons of people that have hit me up about it. So the retreat that I'm doing is specifically for people who, like I said, they're like, Dawnna, and this is not a money thing. This is not where they're like, oh, I have to be making $100,000 a year. No, it's for people who are already like, listen, I'm grinding. I'm out here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not figuring it out. I'm doing all the stuff. But I'm not quite figuring it out and I'm out of alignment. And I've had people who are, they're C-level executives in companies. I've had people who are speakers that aren't even cutting $100,000 a year in the same room. But the difference is they've both done business. They both know what it is to go out there and sell. They both know what it is to try to make magic happen. They both know what it is to either lead a team or run a team. They both know what it is to manage budget, manage money, to recognize that they have to make an investment. They both know what it is to be a badass and be like, listen, I'm a badass and I believe in myself. So they already got that part. And now they're like, and I need you with your badass self to help me figure it out. So those are the people who I work with. These people are winners. Even if their bank account doesn't reflect that they're winners, they're winners. They know they're winners. And what they're doing is they're looking for the flow so they can remain winners. That's why I only work with those people. Your website and your message that you're delivering should literally be speaking to winners, not broken people. And if your promise is only for broken people, you're totally missing the boat. You're missing the people that you want to work with. Why in the hell would you want to work with a bunch of losers? Anyway, my retreat is coming up June 9th. Through the 13th. If you're interested, you have to call me. We have to have a phone call because quite honestly, to tell you how to qualify, number one, you have to be someone that I won't choke out by the second day. So that's the first qualification. Well done. Hey, what's up, Renee? Right. So you have to be someone when we get on the phone that you talk to me. If we don't laugh, we don't have a good time, we don't have fun. If you're like insulted by like most of the things that I say, we probably shouldn't be in a mansion together for several days. That probably shouldn't happen. Ooh, Renee, go to my HPZ, right? Go to High Profit Zone and scroll down and see the new, bigger house. There's actually a 3D walkthrough, just saying. Anyway, that was a little private conversation between the two of us. Y'all don't go there. But the new house is there. Girl is bad. Anyway, if you get on the phone with me and like, and you're just like, or if you're intimidated, if you're like, I can't get on the phone with her, I'm scared. You should not. It's halfway down the page. You got to go halfway down the page. Anyway, if you're like, I can't get on the phone with Dawnna because I'm scared, then you shouldn't be in the house with me because you'll be in the corner like rocking back and forth self-soothing. So that's not going to work. Number two, if you are not an action taker and you're indecisive, if you're like, no, I can't make a decision, then again, you shouldn't be in the house with me because by the time the second day comes around, I'm going to choke you out. If you are offended by the words that come out of my mouth, probably shouldn't be there. If you have extra thin skin, probably shouldn't be there. If you don't look in the mirror and see a winner, it's not for you. Just saying. My retreat is for people who recognize that they are winners. And they're like, and I don't plan to fail. I plan to set myself up for success. And that's why I'm coming to your retreat. If you feel like that's you, and if you feel like, and I'm ready to invest in myself, then hit me up. Send me a private message. But if that's not you, don't waste your time. Don't do that. that won't be good for anyone. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. I want you guys to really start thinking about that. Thinking about, are you communicating to winners, or are you communicating to people who are struggling, who are losers, who's on the wrong side of the bell curve and you trying to push them uphill? Like, seriously, that's who you're working with. You really gonna have to think about it. Anyway, this is Dawnna St. Louis. I'm signing off. Oh, if you want more information, go to highprofitzone.com. The retreat is June 9th through 13th. Classes are actually 10th, 11th, and 12th. You don't have to stay at the mansion. You really don't have to. There is a Bronze Plus package for people who are in the area and they don't want to stay at the mansion, but usually want to stay at the mansion. I know Renee is a winner. Kelly Charles is a winner. Jason Harris is a winner. I can go down a list of like 30 people I can name off. Kevin Wright is a winner. Let me tell you. Jeff Ram is a winner. Jeff Ram is a winner. Hey, Renee, if you get a chance, check out Geoff, Jeff, because he's from England. He don't know how to spell it right. Ramm, Jeff Ram. If you really want to, oh, right? Look, Kelly's like, oh, you really want to stay in the mansion. Kelly, go to the page and check out the new one. It's the same layout. It's just a new mansion. It's still badass. Anyway, it's still badass. Check out, anyway, go to highprofitzone.com. Yeah, she's a winner too. Highprofitzone.com. Again, if you're interested, PM me, direct message me. And by the way, if you're an alumni and you think there's someone that you're like, I think this person would be a good fit, let me know. They do have to get on the phone with me. And yes, we do turn people away because, again, for the other reasons I mentioned earlier. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Have a good one. Think about working with winners, not people who are dying and struggling and trying to figure out just how to make it through the morning. Talk to y'all later.